This weekend, I sold at an event, and years ago, I used to do art shows and art fairs all summer, and just realized that things have changed. So now I'm just a seller. I'm a vendor, and what I learned this weekend from some of the other ladies at the event that we are vendoring. So I thought it had vendoring was a different definition, but things change and I embrace change. I don't have a problem with that. And as I approach retirement, and yes, I am 64, will be 65 this year, I want to share some things that I learned that I wish I known when I jumped back into vendoring. Hello, it's Mama Carolyn here, and it's another beautiful day in North Carolina. Today, I want to talk to my event vendors. I've been vending for, the last 2 years I've been vending, but I used to vend a long time ago when I did more arts and crafts, and I'm just going to share with you some of the things I've learned and some of the things you need to be aware of when vending. First, know where you're vending. You need to know about the venue, whether it's carpeted, not carpeted, whether it's big or small. And also, you need to know about that event that's holding the opportunity for you. Is it a big event? How many people do they anticipate? Know the event. Attend the event. You might need to wait till next year to find out if this is an event that even has people there that are interested in what you have to sell. Are there people there with money, or are there people that don't have much money to spend? Are there people there that are coming to shop, or just people just coming to look? So you can, even with that, get like this year, it could be great. And next year, because, people didn't like something that was at that event, they don't attend. Also, is the event something that's been going on for years? You need to look into it. Do they have a website? What did their previous event look like? Example, I had an event at a location that I've never been to. And when I got there, it was a beautiful location. There was wood floors, but it was tiny. And all of the vendors were just smushed together. So you need to know where you're vending and what type of space you're having, carpeted or not carpeted. Are you allowed to bring your racks? What you're allowed? What's the square footage? So know your vending space. Ask questions of the promoter. And I'll give you an example. I vended recently, and on their website, it stated that for extra $50, you could get extra space and an opportunity to pick your spot. Well, I paid the extra $50. And when I got there was no extra space. And picking your spot really didn't matter, because there were only 6 vendors. So I wasted an extra $50 for the same space I would have got for $150. And the wording on their website wasn't just me. There were others that were confused or misinformed or thought they had it paid for an extra space. So ask questions. Ask for clarifications. Wording for one person may mean one thing, and wording for another person could mean another thing. So once you get there, it's too late. They got your money, and you're going to have to just make do. So if you attend one of the previous events and you check the wording and ask for clarification of your vending space, you still could come away with little or no money, or just breaking even, which that particular one, I just broke even. But there have been even worse, where I was informed that I had a 6 foot by 6 foot area, which is your normal table size, and got there. Well, everyone had a 6 by 6 unless you paid double, and they didn't allow space for you to even get out of the vending space to go to the bathroom. Now, to me, that just says plain greed. They just jammed us all up in there. Nice event the previous year, which I attended, but the following year, it was a dud. I didn't even break even. So you take a chance. With every vending opportunity, you take a chance. Sorry. Next, find out what you're getting for your vendor fees. Will they provide table, chairs, tablecloth? What type of tablecloth? I had a tablecloth which was of no value to me that was so big that I tripped several times. I had to just take it off and put my tablecloth on. So find out what you get for your vendor fees. Will you be getting people that will assist you? I tell you, some of the vending opportunities that I paid the least amount of money for, like $50 or $75, I was treated even better than the ones that cost me $250, where they had a team of people there to help us unload, to help us set up our tent. And that is worth money and time. So find out what you're going to get for your vendor's fee. Find out if this event is indoor or outdoor. Some of them do not state it on their website. So that's a question you need to ask, because some of us, like myself, I don't like extreme heat. I don't care much for outdoor vending, but as a business owner, sometimes I do them and sometimes I don't. That's up to me. It's my business. Knowing where you're vendoring is so important, especially if it's outdoors. You need to know, is it going to be in a parking lot where you have level ground, solid asphalt or concrete, or is it going to be a gravel pit? Or even worse, is it a grassy knoll? Because you never know. You might be right over an ant mound or divots, lots of bugs near bushes. There's a lot to take into consideration. That's one I have never heard anyone mention. Ask the promoter for references. You're giving them your money. Ask them for contacts of other people that have vendored at their events. And talk to several of them. Chat, email, text, and see how they did. What did they do? How big was their space? Were they well greeted? Were they well taken care of? Do you have to provide your own water and food? Yes, some, yes, will feed you. Like I said, ask the promoter questions. How do they promote their vendors? Will they announce about their vendors? Will they allow the vendors to come up and do a 2-minute commercial or talk about their space? How do they promote their vendors? Because very many events, they're just selling space to help pay off the cost of their event and really care nothing about vendors. I've had some of my vending friends tell horror stories about how they paid all this money for a vending space at a convention, and the convention's classes is on one side of the building and the vending spaces are on another side of the building. Well, most people are lazy. Unless they really want to shop, they're not going to come over at home. Practice setting up your display, your table, your racks, and take pictures of it. That way, when you get to your vending opportunity, you know just how everything works. As I didn't do that my first vending opportunity coming back into this. I bought racks, had no idea how to set them up, and I wasted at least an hour and a half trying to set them up, 3 of us. And it was a mess. It was a mess. So set up, take pictures, and set up several different ways, because you never know, unless you've vendored at this exact same spot before, what's going to happen, where you might have to change your setup a little bit. You may have to adapt. Like I was at one vendoring event, and it was outside and the ground sloped, so I didn't have a flat area. I had to tilt my table. Another indoor event where I thought I had extra space and I didn't. I had to angle my table a little differently because I'd like to set up my area where the client can come in like it's a store. So there's like 3 sides. Well, I didn't have any place to sit even. So I prefer to stand anyway and greet my potential clients because I want to tell them about my artwork or my product that I have on my table. So practice, and get that vision of how you want it set up. Another tip I've learned is that make your vendoring space really clean and crisp and not too cluttered. I've done that where I had too cluttered. Don't have so much out that they can't make up their minds on what they want to purchase. I notice vendors that have just a few things out have just people coming and going. So when you just put a few out, people just assume that you're about to sell out and they don't want to leave, especially if it's something they like to have, because somebody might get it before they can get back. So, don't put out everything, stuff it under the tables or whatever you have it in, or what I like to do, some of your storage, if you can make it real beautiful and artsy, and it would be part of your display area. Like I found this really cute chest, and that could be part of your display area and serve as a storage area in your booth. Another question to ask the promoter is, how many people can you have at your vendoring booth? Now, some of them limit. I even had one place that I was vendoring that wanted to charge me a ticket price for the person that was working with me in my vendor booth. Now, they give me 2 chairs, a table, and they want me to pay for my help to come in. They must be done lost their mind. I didn't pay, and I don't know what the deal was. We just walked in the door and set up. Also, make sure you have a portable charger, because many of your clients are going to want to make credit card purchases. And now you can do them right on your phone. So, God forbid, your phone battery dies. You can't take your purchases. So, if you're using a tablet or using your phone to do your credit card purchases, always have a portable charger. I have a nice big one that I just keep in my tackle box for my vendoring events, and I make sure they're charged before I go to the event. That way, if my battery runs low, I can plug it up. I also have an extra cell phone. People are always getting a new phone. My family is really good at it. So I have one of my mom's old phones as my backup phone when I go to events. And also, if I have someone helping me, they can take purchases on that phone while I'm taking purchases on this phone. So always have you a portable charger and the cords. Don't forget the cords now. So I had to loan my cord one time to a customer, and she came back and made a couple of purchases and brought some friends with her. So you never know what that cord and that charger will be. It might bring you some sales. But, you never know. Now, with all this, sometimes it's okay that you don't make a whole bunch of money, or you at least break even, because hopefully you've done all sorts of things to get your name out there, that you have business cards. And I don't prefer business cards because it's a waste of paper. Most people throw it away. I do the electronic business card. So to create your QR code and they ask for your business card, just show them the little QR code on your table and let them scan it. Because everybody's got a phone and they have all your information. Even with heeding all these warnings and doing all this prep work, you could still come away without making any money, which is a chance you take when you're doing vending. That's this week's words of wisdom to my vendoring sisters and brothers. And last but not least, make sure you connect with your vendoring sisters and brothers. Email them, because they know more than you about something. And often they know more about where the vendoring opportunities are, and you guys can keep each other posted. So if you like this video, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up, share it.